In this video, I'm going to be ranking the best centre mid CDM cams in FC24. Let's dive straight into it. So I'm talking strictly centre mid CDMs and cams. I'm not talking wingers like Ginola who can also play as a cam. We're talking purely default CDM centre mids and cams. Now these are players that I have used as well. There's going to be certain icons and heroes on here that aren't in the list because I've not used them. So if you have used them and you think they belong in a certain tier, comment down below, your opinion matters, and let me know if you disagree with any of my opinions and or if there's a player or two that I have missed that deserves to be on this list. So we have already done a tier list for the best strikers. If you want to check that out, it is on my channel. I'll leave it in the little information tag. I believe it's like up here. I think it's up here. Click that, watch it after this if you are intrigued by that. But centre mid time. And I'm ready for this one. My pat luck, by the way, on the main account has been unbelievable when it comes to midfielders. I've also made it my mission this year on the content account to complete every single SBC basically that comes out. So I've tried all of these SBC midfield cards. I'm talking you the Bruynes, Bruno Guimarães, all of these guys, Maddison Player of the Month. We have thoroughly reviewed all of them. So I'll tell you what, let's kick off with one of those boys, and it is going to be Bruno Guimarães, my road to the knockout centre mid. Now, with this, we are going to take into account price of an SBC. Like, he's very expensive, and the fact that he's upgradable is also a W, but it's Newcastle in the group of death. Is he really going to get an upgrade? So I'm going to strictly talk about the 86 version of this card. We're not going to have upgrade potential in this video. So, Bruno Guimarães, for the price, for the card that you're getting, I'm going to stick him straight in at the B tier. I think at this stage of the game, he's definitely usable. However, the issue is affording the SBC in the first place. But as the actual card itself, he's very, very solid. He's really good on the ball. You could play him as a CDM, a box-to-box centre mid, basically anywhere in that midfield section. And he does bits, man. Like, I've played a fair few games in Div 3 with him recently. He's in my current team right now. He's popping up with goals. He's getting assists. He's making those interceptions where he almost comes out of nowhere, sweeps in, wins the ball back, and we're bombing at the pitch again. And for me, I think respectable place in the B tier. Definitely not higher, definitely not lower. That's where he belongs. Let's go straight to his teammate, Big Joelinton. Now, Joelinton is an absolute beast this year. Overpowered, underappreciated, very cheap card, in my opinion. In regards to meta, he basically ticks a lot of boxes. His box-to-box centre mid power is ridiculous, and for the price, it's insane. I feel like this man probably belongs, realistically, in the C tier. However, there's definitely arguments to put him a little bit higher, maybe even level with Bruno, because the card itself is ridiculous, and this sets him up fantastically for future promo cards. But as it stands, there are a few weaknesses with the card, and I reckon looking at the clientele we've got below, he probably belongs in the C tier. As I said earlier, do comment down below if you disagree with any of my opinions. I am all ears for this. Now let's go in order for a little bit. Luka Modrić in the building, 87 rated, a little bit underwhelming, but on the ball technically solid. Like the dribbling, the passing, you can't really have any complaints with the card. But because of the lack of pace and the lack of physicals, I'm going to put him in the C tier, smack bang with Joelinton. He's basically fodder price at the moment as well. Definitely decent with the links being Real Madrid. You can get some good chemistry there. But there's a few things going against him. But let's not get past the fact that he is technically very good on the ball. With a lot of cards in this kind of tier list as well, you'll see me have similar opinion. One thing that I'm going to touch on a lot during this is definitely the playstyles on cards. Because this man has technical playstyle in his locker, with the dribbling stats being like 92 agility, 90 plus balance, he is very good on the ball. 4-star, 4-star. If you do want to use him, RB dribbling, left stick dribbling, you'll be absolutely destroying your opponents in the middle of the park. But as an all-round midfielder, there's definitely some weak points. Now, we're starting early with a certain S tier card, and I've been lucky enough to try this man out as a loan. Somebody I know did the hero player pick thing and got this man as an option. I did it myself on my account, and I really wanted him just for the review. But I got Ginola. I'm not complaining. Like 24 games of Ginola is insane. But Ramires, there's definitely hype there. Dynamic image is sick. I'm a fan of it. He's a bit of a FIFA legend. Like, you to go back early FIFAs, this man's card was so good. He was a workhorse in the middle of the park. The original Kanté-esque box-to-box midfielder. And in my opinion this year round, no messing about. Smack bang in the S tier, start it early. He's only 4-star, 3-star, but he does have some decent play styles. We do have Intercept in there as well, which is one of my favourites for your CDM/centre mids this year. And he's just got such a well-rounded card. On paper, the stats aren't anything crazy, But great links, Brazil, Premier League, and of course, the pace man. As a box-to-box, he is lethal. I'm going to be referencing FootGG a lot during this as well, going through stats, etc. So I might flash up this screen. It's foot.gg if you want to check it out yourself. You can view attributes, prices, playstyles, etc. He's currently 1 million coins, which is a fair bit of a dollar for a player as 86 rated. However, it's worthy. If you look at certain stats like interceptions being super high, the stamina, the aggression, the passing being brilliant, the shot power, the finishing very decent for a more defensive midfielder. Pace, that's one of my main things here. The fact that he's really quick, decent on the ball, dribbling wise, the reactions are high. He's got important stats for the interceptions, the stamina, the aggression. We've also got intercepting there. Very, very good card. Now, gold Kevin De Bruyne. I've only used a few times. I've mainly been using his flashback. So I'm going to do these two at the same time. Why not? Let's get a bit potentially controversial here. Gold KDB this year. He's decent. We've got incisive pass, playstyle plus, which I do like. I think there are better ones in the midfield, but it's nice to have players with that. But this gold card, I think the lack of pace and the lack of agility and balance definitely let him down. But what he is a powerful kind of player. Outside the box shooting is unreal. The passing, very, very solid. So I'm going to be a bit up in the air here. I'm smacking straight in B. I think chemistry is great. Realistically, when you look at meta, you look at pace, dribbling, and certain play styles. He doesn't really have the pace and the dribbling. Great on the ball with the ball control, but he definitely feels a little bit clunky. However, the shooting and the passing is phenomenal, and he can't look over those technical qualities at this stage of the game. With regards to the flashback, it's difficult. I don't think he is in C tier. I think he's also in the B tier, but towards the bottom. In my opinion, if you had a choice of the two, I probably would go for the gold version. He's cheaper, he's better all round. However, the pace isn't there, but he makes up for it in most of the other departments. With this card, we do have a nice pace boost and a nice defending boost. He's a little bit more expensive, but you get the dynamic and the flashback. Everybody's a big fan of that. You also do lose a weak foot as well. The gold is 5-star, this one is 4-star. I'm going to put them in the same tier. Let me know down below, but in my opinion, gold KDB is a little bit higher than the flashback one. Leon Goretzka, the powerful Bayern Munich machine. Every year he has like a similar card that is just ridiculously well rounded. He's almost in the hooligan, but not quite. This year round, smack bang in the B tier. No nonsense, not unbelievable in game, but definitely really solid and should be respected. Great chemistry as well in the Bundesliga. There's not too many crazy meta box-to-box CDM midfielders in that league. So the Goretzka is in a league of his own, in my opinion. Just super solid and very, very decent. What I like most about him is the fact that he's so good going forward. I normally play him as box-to-box centre mid, and I tend to pack him towards the start of most years, weirdly. Hopefully we get him on the RTG, that'd be amazing for chemistry. But as a box-to-box centre mid, so solid defensively, pace is decent, he's powerful, he's big, he's physical and strong, but in the box, he's also clinical. Now this one could be a little bit controversial. Bruno Fernandes, on paper in my opinion, is almost identical to the gold KDB. The passing's amazing, the shooting's great, the dribbling minus the agility and balance, phenomenal. Lack of pace, similar to Kevin De Bruyne, both with incisive pass playstyle plus as well. And I believe the weak foot and skill moves is 4-star, 3-star, so KDB has him in that aspect. But for the price, I think he's solid, you know. And I'm actually going to put him in the C tier. I think he could be potentially underrated, and a lot of you could disagree with me in this instance. But decent starter card, bro. Similar to Martin Odegaard, he's not actually on this list. I think those two in a similar kind of bracket. You notice him playing brilliant passes, scoring good goals for you, decent for set pieces, and definitely a cheapish player. Now we're moving over to Serie A with this one, and we have got our boy Barella. What Barella has that is just unbelievable is the dribbling. It's so good. Great body typing game. In regards to playstyles, we've got Relentless Playstyle Plus, which could be decent, but realistically it's not super important yet. Maybe in Foot Champions, if you want to play who goes all game, this is going to be your boy. Stats are solid and price is very affordable. In my opinion, the dribbling definitely makes him very good, and I'm going to stick him straight into the B tier in regards to the meta. Those just the dribbling stats are unbelievable, man. Like, you can glide across the pitch with the close control. Only 3-star, which isn't great, but I still reckon he deserves to be in that B tier. So another hero on this list is Kessler. Now, 88 rated with really decent stats. You know who she reminds me of? Yes, it might be the fact that she's German as well and a centre mid. A little bit like Matthäus icon card. Similar in a lot of departments, a little bit less in the defending and physicals, but they're both a little bit on the smaller side. I think she's 5'7". Really good in front of goal, solid passing, dribbling's decent, but she's a little bit clunky as well. But what she does have that definitely goes in her favour is unbelievable playstyles. We've got jockey playstyle, we've got incisive pass playstyle plus. With those interceptions being 86, I'll show you her stats real quick. She is so solid at breaking up the play. in the middle of the park. And once you get going forward, look at the shooting stats. They're lethal. Same with the passing. Stamina's good. She doesn't get bullied easily. I think she's a phenomenal card. And for 200k, I reckon she might go up in price. And she, in my opinion, is going to be the first person breaking the boundaries and in that A tier. Definitely really good. I'm going to look to do an individual player review on her in the next couple of days. So if you want to see that, let me know down below. But Kessler deserves to be in the A tier. Now, the first out-and-out cam in this tier list is Debinha, and no nonsense messing about joins Kessler in the A. What makes Debinha so good? Technical playstyle plus, equipped with quick step, Trivela, first touch trickster, 5-star, 5-star, which is the definition of meta. Unbelievable dribbling stats, minus the reactions. Everyone else is 90 plus, and the composure being 84 down there. Passing, great. Shooting, really good. Pace, no issues. NWSL as well, which is great for chemistry. There's some crazy women over there. Just a ridiculous card and deserves to be in the A tier all day, every day. If you've used her, you know how good she is. I actually had her as a super sub in a draft that I won a couple of days ago. So good and impactful. Frankie de Jong, this year around, once again, is basically the same card every single year. He barely goes up, barely goes down, keeps most of the default stats that he has compared to previous years, and he's just a no-nonsense solid card. I think he's smack bang in the B tier, in my opinion. A little bit better than these three down here. I would much rather de Jong over Modrić in my midfield, for example. He's basically a really solid, more defensive centre mid. I wouldn't really want him bombing forward and getting involved. Shooting's not great, but as a passer, decent on the ball, really good dribbling. I think you can't really go wrong with the card. And yeah, smack bang in the middle at B. So a few people hated on me yesterday for putting Nkunku in the D tier, but we were talking strictly strikers. This time round, I am talking cams. And Nkunku, in my opinion, he's a cam, 100%. He's built for that position. The dribbling, the passing, all of those attributes combined with a decent bit of defending. If you win the ball up high with him in that cam role, you can pick a pass, take a shot from outside the box. I think you'll be just fine in that department. And I'm going to join in with de Jong in the B tier. There might be a fair few Bs in this, by the way. I don't know how long my face is going to block it for, but you know, it is what it is. We'll sort it out once we get there. Solid card, decent for the price, and yes, he can go and B for the camera. Now, a player that I actually packed untradeable on the main account yesterday, you would have seen the pack in my community tab, is Valverde. Now, I am so close to putting him straight into the S tier because of how impactful he was, but I don't think he's quite on that level. I'm going to put him towards the top of the A tier. He is absolutely ridiculous this year. We're basically at this stage of the game, poking our blonde white hair dye just into that S tier because he is very solid, but high A. Price-wise is expensive, but unbelievable links. He's Hullet Gang. Look at some of the standout stats. We have 3-star, 4-stars. The skill moves aren't there. No real playstyle plus, but the pace, the shot power, the long shots, the passing, physically solid, great defending, great dribbling as well. Agility and balance, I don't really notice a lack of it whatsoever when I was using the card. Unbelievable reactions, ball control, etc. And I think he is just meta. It is what it is, boys. Valverde's meta this year, and he belongs in the A tier. I would 100% have him over majority of these players. And luckily for me, I packed him untradeable. Let's get another S tier out the way straight away. Joining Ramires is Alexia Putellas. Just what a card, man. 5-star, 5-star again. So well-rounded. We're looking at 90 shooting, 91 passing, 92 dribbling. Pace is there. Defending, physical. She has it all. With 5-star, 5-star. Barcelona women's cards as well. So many good ones this year. Rolfo or Schwaller. A few more in this kind of little tier list here. Being Bonmatí down here. I think realistically, actually, I'm going to put her at the top of S tier. She is the meta midfielder this year. Let me know your opinions down below on that. Let's keep on rolling then, and let's talk about Tonali. What a card we've got on our hands here. Not quite Hullet Gang, but very close. So solid in the middle of the park. And I think Premier League, lacking players like this, and he's definitely in a league of his own when you want CDM, heavy-hitting players, similar to Valverde in a way, who can also go forward and contribute to goals. I am going to put Mr. Tonali. It's between A and B in my opinion. And I think as it stands right now, he's better than majority of these midfielders. And I would probably put him at the top of the B list. This could be controversial. He could be in A, but I'm going to stick him in B for now. I don't think he's super meta in game, and I would say these three are definitely ahead of him. But in regards to the competition in B, he's towards the top. Up next, let's go for Player of the Month, James Maddison. Once again, another man who is going to be joining that B tier list. It's going to be stacked over here. I'm already cutting off Nkunku's head. Apologies, Nkunku. But James Maddison, actually really solid, and he's cheap as well. As an early doors player of the month, a lot of people tend to pick him up, and I don't blame you. He's got the I believe it's Dead Ball. Let's have a little look. I don't actually know the name of this one. I believe it's like Dead Ball Playstyle Plus. It is, and it's ridiculous that you've got free kicks. You've got like anything from a set piece with this man is insane. Take the free kicks of the boy, they fly in the back of the net. He's great for shooting outside the box. All-round package in the dribbling department. That is probably why I would say I prefer him to the flashback KDB. Looking at the dribbling stats, great passing stats. Doesn't offer a lot defensively and physically, so you're basically using him as an out-and-out cam. But for the price being 46k, 4-star, 4-star as well, my man is very, very close to being towards the A tier. Same with Tonali. Great cheap option at the start of the game. Now, my most used CDM this year is 100% the Choo train himself, Tchouaméni. And I would say Choo belongs in the B tier. He's very similar to Joelinton on paper, but the playstyles definitely make him a lot more desirable. Great chemistry as well. And he's just so dominant. We've got intercept playstyle. We've got jockey. We've also got bruiser. Let me load up his card actually. I've already got it here. Let's go. Intercept, anticipate, jockey, bruiser, relentless, aerial. He is a force to be reckoned with. On the ball, not too bad. I wouldn't do anything crazy with him. Stick him in that CDM role. Just bully your opponent, win the ball, and then create chances. He deserves to be a B in my opinion. Once again, let me know if you disagree. Now, Pedri this year is a weird one because on paper, nothing crazy. Like, he never really has insane gold rare looking cards. 86 rated is his highest one. But what he does have in his department is unbelievable dribbling once again. In regards to playstyles, we've got Tiki-Taka Playstyle Plus. We do have first touch, relentless, technical, decisive passing, unreal dribbling stats. Apart from that though, he doesn't offer too much. The pace isn't great, the shooting's nothing insane, passing's respectable, but doesn't offer much defending or physicality either. For that reason, I can't really put him any higher than the B tier. The dribbling definitely makes him very good, but controversy, my man's at the top of C in my opinion. I'd much rather use majority of these cards over Pedri. However, the dribbling is very, very good. Now, team of the week, Kanté. What a boy. My man, N'Golo, has moved to the Saudi League. And yes, he's got a fierce downgrade. Already bagging a team of the week, which is fantastic. But this card, I kid you not, still has it. Yes, pace he's lost a little bit, but intercept playstyle plus, with those balanced reaction stats, 89 interceptions, 91 stand tackle, physically solid, passing decent-ish. Though to be fair, the shooting, the pace and the passing isn't amazing. But Kanté, with the intercept playstyle plus, bro, he's everywhere. He's an absolute demon in my opinion, and I'm going to stick him in the B tier. Close to these guys. I think as an out-and-out CDM, he's one of the best at the moment, which is crazy to say. Saudi League chemistry's tough, but Benzema's a nice hybrid or a nice strong link to him. And I think he belongs in the B tier. Let me know down below if you've tried him out yourself, where you put him. I'm strictly talking CDM. He's absolutely unbelievable there. Now, Bruno Fernandes, a road to the knockout. I'm going to stick him straight in the A tier. Look at the stats on the card. 4-star, 3-star isn't great, but a big upgrade already on his gold version. The dribbling, unbelievable. The 94 reactions are insane. We've got flair, trivela, first touch, incisive pass, ping pass as well, unreal passing. The shooting is insane for a centre mid / cam. I definitely wouldn't play him any higher at the pitch, by the way. If you're thinking a striker, nah man, stick him in that cam role, ping the shots from outside the box, pace is decent, high work rates, offers a little bit defensively. For a cam, this is kind of what you want. Good physicals as well. I'm not a big fan of the player in the real world, but on this game, he's built for it. And he is 100% in the A tier, in my opinion. Now, one of the most meta cards that I've used in that cam role this year is Musiala from Bayern Munich. He's got unbelievable dribbling stats. So many 90s, 94 dribbling, 93 agility, 92 balance. 5-star, 4-star as well, which is unbelievable. Technical, first touch, tricks the flair. Pace is there, shooting isn't too bad. Decent-ish passing, but as an out-and-out ball-carrying cam, I don't think you have much better in this kind of department. If you've used the card, you know what I'm on about. The left stick and the RB control is ridiculous. He just needs to kind of upgrade the shooting, the passing, and the other departments. But as the pace, the 5-star, 4-star, I'm close to putting him in the A tier. I think, honestly, if you think meta this year, he's unbelievable. But he's let down in certain departments. So he can go in the B, in my opinion. We're now 2-rowing it. Unbelievable scenes. By the way, behind me is Barella and Jong. I'm not going to move my camera, but you know they're there for sure. But Musiala gets in the B tier. Just the dribbling, man. It's ridiculous. Same with the playstyles. Unbelievable cam. Now let's get Jude Bellingham out the way. Jude, on paper, nothing crazy. As an 86 rated, you're like, how is the boy an 86 rated card? It doesn't make any sense. But trust me, in game, I don't know, you only really know if you've tried him out. He's actually ridiculously good. 4-star, 4-star, which is great. He's got the height, the big building game, high work rates as well. Relentless playstyle plus isn't anything crazy. We've got technical intercept, slide tackle, and flair. Very well-rounded card. And if he gets a player of the month, which I hope he does, I'm doing it immediately. He's getting in my team. I'm tempted. I think, in my opinion, I'm preferring him over Tonali, a majority of these cards here. I'm actually going to go rogue here, and I'm going to stick Bellingham at the top of B. At the top of B. I'm so close to putting him in the A tier just because how good he is in game. But I don't think he's quite on the level of these guys until he gets promo cards. So in the A or in the B is where he belongs with Tonali, Musiala, Kanté, etc. Let's add someone else to the A tier, and it is going to be Bonmatí. What a card. Look at this stats, man. 91 positioning, 91 finishing. Shot power lesser down massively, but it is what it is. 4-star, 5-star, great. She's got pace. The dribbling is ridiculous. With the technical playstyle plus, finesse shot, relentless, first touch, tick-attack, incisive pass, ping pass. There's not many more crazy box-to-box centre mids than this woman in the game. Great links as well with Putellas, for example, Rolfo. She offers out defendingly with the interceptions. 100% an A tier card in my opinion. The price definitely justified. Very, very good midfielder. Deserves to be in the A tier. Now let's move on to Guijarro. My super sub, you know, straight in the B. My super sub CDM. She's so good. Like as a an out-and-out defensive midfielder, Guijarro is an animal. 45k, relentless, long ball playstyle plus isn't anything crazy, but the defending is so good, pace is good, she's very decent on the ball with the ball control and reactions, stamina physically solid, going forward offers a fair bit, passing's very good, definitely a no-nonsense B tier in my opinion. Now I'm going to be pretty boring here, the remaining cards in my opinion are all B tier midfielders. Marcus Llorente technically shouldn't be on here, because I'm contradicting myself where I said no right mids. They don't count. However, in my opinion, he's still like a centre mid in my mind. But I'm not actually going to put him anywhere. I'm going to leave him down here in the unmarked list. But these four, we got Pedri, we got Bernini, Mkhitaryan, DePaul. I think probably all our B tier. Maybe Mkhitaryan a little bit less. I've only used him for one draft and I wasn't the biggest fan. I'm actually going to put him in the C. I think he belongs in this kind of clientele. But DePaul, Bernini, and Pedri all in the B tier. Bernini's super crap with the dribbling, which is definitely meta this year. Decently priced as well. Pedri's just so well-rounded. Once again, another Barca midfielder. I wouldn't be surprised seeing like Putellas, Bonmatí, and Pedri down here all in the same team. Just absolutely destroying you. And DePaul, very solid card. Almost hooligan minus the defending. Physically, he's great. As like a box-to-box centre mid, you can't really go wrong. His actual weak foot and skill moves, I believe he's what, 3-star 4? Yeah, 4-star 3-star, which is decent. I would prefer the weak foot over the skill moves, but yeah, really well-rounded, good card. Physicals definitely help a lot in this department. I think you need that in your midfield this year. Playstyles, we've also got some decent ones here. Finesse shot's very good, by the way. Big fan of that. Of course, he's upgradable. We're not going to take that into account for this video. So that is the tier list. Let me know down below if you agree, disagree with any of these. I'm pretty happy with where I've placed most of them. S tier is definitely in a league of their own. A, very strong candidates here. Kessler review, if you want to see that, let me know. B tier, so many options, very well-rounded. And then the C's down here. Nobody in the D. We're not messing about today. Let me know down below what you think of this video. Subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you later.